Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If it is your first time here, this is Tarot by Celeste. Thank you so much for joining me on this reading or on this mission, depending on how you'd like to interpret that. Um, so, for today, at this channel, we usually explore all of the taboo in terms of headlines, murder mysteries, cold cases, current events. But today I kind of want us to bring us into the science and technology world with these readings. And maybe, depending on how this goes, I might make it a series on my YouTube channel. But our title or theme for today is Will Elon Musk really bring us to Mars? That's what we are looking for the tarot to answer us as a question. So for that portion of the main reading, we're going to do a 6-question tarot pull. Um, Here we're going to do a pick a card, and I'll explain that in a second. But for those who do not know, what am I talking about? Elon Musk bringing us to Mars. So Elon Musk wants to build a city on Mars with his SpaceX project and his Starship rocket. He plans to send humans to the planet Mars as early as the year 2030. So, with Mars's harsh conditions, there are many ethical and also spiritual and even some religious questions about all of this. So, we're going to get into it. We're going to see what's tea in the cards. And to kick it off, we have 3 pick a card options. And when you pick a card, this is card 1, the Chariot, card 2, the Wheel of Fortune, card 3, the Lovers. But in this deck version, it's called the Choice, which makes sense if you know the tarot. Um, you're gonna pick a card to see what is your mission on Earth. So since we're talking about missions and space travels, I thought it'd be fun before we kick off the main event to do a pregame to pregame and see what is your mission? Why are you here on Earth? What are you supposed to be achieving? So take a second, close your eyes, concentrate on the cards, or just simply take a deep breath and pick your card now. So if you chose card 1, you've chose the Chariot. And the Chariot is saying that you are called to move boldly towards your purpose. You're asked to be moved strongly and with a force and with a fierceness towards your purpose. Now, with the 2 animals here, I forgot what they are in the original tarot deck, which I have here. I think it's a Sphinx. But with the 2 animals here looking in the 2 different directions, it's like sometimes you feel torn on what path you should take. But what the Chariot is showing us is that you have enough sturdiness, enough belief in self, enough power bestowed on you, and enough power within you to, as my friend will say, hold the batuta and be the leader or be the navigator and know where to go. You still, even though you feel torn between 2 paths, have enough power and force within you and given to you by divine right to move forward. And not only are you moving forward on your own, you're moving forward and you're taking the collective with you. So you are not meant to sit still. You are meant to advance, inspire, and to move the collective forward. So whether it's on Earth or in Mars, and I think it's going to be on Earth with the way this card looks with the wheel, just know that you are the navigator and you know how to navigate change and you know how to navigate people towards change. And maybe in your current life, you should look around and see how you're able to do those small things and really dig deep and meditate or speak to God, the universe, your angels, your ancestors, whoever you believe in. And how can you expand on that? How can you expand on that gift and make it a life's work, so to speak? So trust the direction your soul is pulling you towards because you already know you're the navigator. And we're going to move on to the Wheel of Fortune. But before we do, I do think there'll be a message for you with the 2 choices. You might want to also look at card 3, which is the Lovers. But moving on to the Wheel of Fortune. If you chose card 2, which is the Wheel of Fortune, just know that fate is in motion and you are right on time. So if you feel like age is in your way or procrastination got in your way, take that out of your mind. That's probably anxiety or some negative force or someone's projections being placed on you. you're right on time. And what you may feel like is like the world is spinning unpredictably, and that's because it is. The card is showing us the unpredictability here with this hose flying out, the water flying out the hose, and we don't know why that's happening or when that's happening. So you are confirmed to be correct that you are tapped in enough and tuned enough and sensitive enough to know that this world is a little unpredictable. But just know that you are part of a larger cosmic shift, and be open to any sudden opportunities, encounters, awakenings, ideas, because they will come to you and you have to be ready for them. And how you know what best to choose, because these things are popping up so suddenly and not all the time do we have months and weeks to make decisions on them. Um, you definitely want to embrace any opportunities or changes that bring you the closest to your highest timeline. What is really good and what is really true and good for you will help you make decisions on these surprising, unexpected, but good opportunities that are coming your way. So just know that your destiny is accelerating. And typically, when things accelerate, they tend to pick up speed, which is why you kind of have to be open and also ready for these surprises coming your way. And thank you so much. Now we're going to move on to pile number 3, which is the choices, which is also AKA the lovers. This is card number 3, the choice or the lovers, which, as you might be familiar with it in some decks. So, what the lovers is saying is that this is a time to commit to what truly resonates with your values. So, you know who you are, you know your values, you know what you stand on, you know what you believe. Now it's time to commit to that. Like, there's no more games around it, there's no more living in fear of what others may or may not believe, that your maybe your beliefs and your values are different from what the people around you expect, and it may not be wildly popular, but you have to commit to it because that is the path that you're meant to be on. And then, no matter what other people think, in the eyes of God and in the eyes of the universe, you are 100% correct. So you are being called to help others. You help others choose love over fear, to choose connection over separation. And as you can see, and them holding hands, it's not necessarily about dating or family or anything like that, although it also could be. But this is deeper. This is a sense of connecting humanity, connecting two different people who are not alike. If we can see, like, if anyone knows, like, the Bible, if we can get a bit biblical here, the Bible talks a lot about the enemy coming to seek, kill, and destroy. This is the enemy, and it talks about in the Bible too, the enemy being trampled under people's foot. I think especially in Psalms 91, which is a good one to read if you're under spiritual attack. But that's not what we're here for today. We can do that another day. Um, but the enemy has been trampled. The enemy is here to seek, kill, destroy, separate, and cause confusion, spread lies, disease, and illness, and all the negative things you can think of. But with the enemy trampled underfoot, there's a sense of togetherness coming from different genders. There's a sense of togetherness coming from people who are of different races or ethnicities. So, what this is showing us is that we have a lot more in common as a human race, as humans, as humanity. Where is our humanity, right? We have so much more in common that brings us together than the things that makes us different and separates us. And once we can, I guess, in a sense, stomp this demon out or trample the spirit of divisiveness, of confusion, and the spirit of separation, we can come together. And this can create such an epic force that we probably have not witnessed in our lifetime. And it is your mission on earth to work to stand on your values, whoever you might be in the dynamic, to stand on your values. Because what you believe, even if it's not the most popular, will be the thing that is the most powerful in bringing people together. And there's a saying about dividing and conquering. Sometimes you throw in the middle so much of what makes people different and what's the problem and all these negative things like we're seeing right now in the world and in society, that they can't focus on who the real enemy is because they think the enemy is each other. And that is the war tactic of divide and conquer. It's more of a psychological warfare. That is the tactic of divide and conquer. And your mission is to conquer what's dividing us. Thank you so much. If you chose card 3, I do implore you to choose pile 1. I'm card 1. I do think there's a message for you there. And at this time, we're going to shuffle and get into our 6 card spread on if Mr. Elon Musk can really bring us to Mars. And the 6 cards will walk us through that. All right, so let's get right into it. Oakley dokley. So, card 1 is going to explore Elon's true motivation. What is the deeper or hidden reason behind his push to colonize Mars? What is his why? Why is he doing this? Is the question. And card 1 will answer that for us. Okay, card 1 is the Hermit. So what the Hermit is showing us is that for Elon, even though I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really watch much about Elon, so I don't know how he is in on TV, his TV persona, I would say, or his public persona. But deep inside, when no one's watching, when he's all alone, he feels deeply spiritually committed to this I guess project, if we want to call it that, or this mission. He feels like his mission here on Earth is to do innovative things, which he has done. But one of his innovations is to want to bring people to the planet Mars. And he wants to, he truly believes within himself. And also not only the belief in himself, but he has maybe like an inkling, he has an inkling that there is a way that this could happen. And that inkling is like an inner guidance that he feels. And I know this might sound crazy, but side note, it looks like in a past life he may or may not have been a sage, but we're not here to dispute that or talk about that. We're here to answer the questions on can he take us to Mars and what's motivating him, his true motivation. It's something that he deeply believes in. Um, it can even be, as we see with the Hermit card, spiritually motivated and something that he truly believes can happen. So this is happening because he really believes that it can. Okay, our next card will be, we have here, the King of Wands. Okay, so with the King of Wands, which is funny because this is actually a Mars card. Because when we think about the King of Wands representing the sign of Aries, which is also ruled by the planet Mars, it's just interesting how this all comes together. But card 2 is talking about the present energy of the project. And the present energy of the project is that it is about Mars. But one thing we learn about Martians, Aries people, the King of Wands himself, is that, and I can talk about this being an Aries myself, so Aries, don't come for me. You know we're like this. We can be a little bit pushy with the things we want. And no for us kind of means like, not right now, but it's still possible. So this is kind of like a head first attitude in terms of the energy around the Mars project. He is just determined. Elon Musk is just simply determined. He's laser focused, locked in, kind of like the Two of Swords. He don't see, he's blind to the nonsense. He's just focused on making this mission happen by hook or by crook. Like he wants to just make it happen. And maybe, as we know, fire signs can tend to be a little impulsive. Maybe there's some impulsivity here where he's not necessarily thinking every single step through methodically, but he just really, the energy around the Mars project is that he wants to push things forward. And that's the energy right now. Um, card 3. So for card 3, we're going to look at, will humans actually be able to live on Mars? So will humans ever successfully inhabit Mars in the way Elon Musk envisions? So can we live on Mars in the way Elon envisions? And I'm a little scared to turn this over. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay, so I think some of the concerns from critics and from the public about the terrain or the conditions on Mars being harsh is accurate. Like they used to say in science, I think in chemistry with the periodic table, there's just elements that are incredibly unstable and highly sensitive. And that is what is happening on the planet Mars. Look at this Martian here. He's showing us What's T is a very unstable and chaotic at times planet. Um, is there potential for things to become stable? Yes, I would say things can be balanced out. But at this present moment in time, it doesn't seem likely because it's going to be a drain on resources, on people's energy. It's just going to take a whole lot to do it. And is it really worth it? Is the question. Um, and with this in reverse, it's not worth it. Even when it's not in reverse, it's still not worth it. It's a lot of doubt because it's going to take a lot. And because it's kind of like a highly volatile planet where things are so unstable and sensitive that one little thing could set something off, the type of infrastructure that'll need to kind of sustain humanity, it's something that I've never seen in my time. And I don't want to say that it will never exist because I'm not God. I don't know. But like, it's just something that we've never seen in our time. And it doesn't seem likely at all. It's just too much of an unstable, highly volatile planet, and it's going to be too much of a drain on resources and energy to make it work, and it still might not work. So the short answer is no. We will not be able to live on Mars, not as humanity. Moving to card number 4, the spiritual or karmic impact on humanity. So what will happen to our collective souls if this mission was to succeed? So even though our short answer or our immediate answer is no, let's just pretend like this mission is going to succeed or will succeed someday because it might. This is not a flat out no. It's just saying that right now it's going to take so much to make it happen. But what if one day they have enough to make it happen, right? Which is not too far fetched to think about. What would that mean for us? What would that mean for us if this does work out? The Emperor. Um, can we see this? Let me move. I always got to readjust these cards. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, the Emperor. Every time I think it's in the camera, it's not in the camera. Okay, the Emperor. This can mean two things. So if this project was to succeed, and clearly the United States of America will be behind its success, so to speak, and of course the Elon Musk. If this project was to be seen, we'll not only be seen as a world power, which the United States is kind of already. Excuse me. Oh dang! I'm gonna talk. I'm getting this message out. Hold on, because this is not. What's up? I'm also gonna buy myself a little gong too because negative vibrations, they don't like bowls and they don't like gongs either. Anyway, so we'll be seen as an interplanetary world power. But then that's the issue, right? If this was to succeed with the Emperor here, the issue would be about power. So what would be the issue? Like, who gets to be in charge of Mars? What type of system are they going to have? Are there going to be politics? Is it going to be a democracy? Is it going to be a republic? Is it going to be a dictatorship? Is it going to be like what? Who gets to rule in there? Why do they get to rule in there? How long do they get to be rule for? Is it going to be one planet with one leader? Is it going to be several different countries with several different leaders? Like, it's going to be a big issue with authority and power. So if this was to succeed, that'll be, I guess, the karmic impact. Because this card, the question around this card was asking about the karmic impact on humanity. That'll be the karmic impact. Like, it'll be a power grab. And with the Emperor here, it'll be a male-dominated power grab. So, yikes, right? Yikes. Moving on to question 5. It kind of reminds me of like the Hunger Games when they unalive President Snow, but President Snow was like, "Don't unalive me because now you're gonna mess up the power structures, and you don't know what power structures are gonna be in place moving forward." It kind of reminds me of that for those who've watched the Hunger Games. Interesting. Anyway, moving on. Do, 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 do. Oh yeah, card number 5. We'll focus on hidden influences or powers at play. So, what are the energies or the hidden influences behind this? And is it a corporation? Is it something bigger than us, like God? Like, what are some of the powers at play? Or is it, I don't know, something from Mars? But what are the powers at play influencing this, I guess, project or the outcome of this project, which is a no for now? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is interesting and scary at the same time. Why am I even doing this reading? It's not Halloween. Um, but from what I see here with the world card, we have to be very mindful. The resources it'll take to make Mars a place for humans to reside or inhabitate, or for them to just do what another word I can't. I mean, don't have a better word for. In order for Mars to be colonized by humans, excuse me, it might cost us the world we live in now. All the resources and the manpower and everything that it'll take, the people that will leave this world to maybe be in that world for power, like it'll destabilize the earth in a certain way. Um, and that's kind of what's hidden and at play. And if we were to put the emperor and the world together, the ruler of this world, God, the universe, the master of the universe, let's just put it that way. The master of the universe is, it's like a warning. You know, we will be essentially destabilizing our planet and our existence almost to make that happen. So it's kind of like a warning, if I could put it that way. And that is a hidden influence. It's not a corporation. It's not like politicians putting money in his back pocket. Like, obviously, SpaceX is not cheap. It had to be funded somehow. But the people that funded it knew that they took a gamble with it, right? Going to Mars and live on Mars. Like, okay, great. I just have money to blow and I could kind of throw some money at this and see what happens, type thing. So that's kind of where those people are. They kind of know that whatever money they threw at it is money that they could afford to lose. But this bigger warning comes from, like, God Himself, or the Master of the universe, himself saying, like, well, I do get a male energy, so I'm going to say himself saying, like, be careful, don't gamble on what you have. And card 6 is going to be the message from the universe. What do we, the viewers in the collective, need to know about colonizing space? So, what message from the universe, even though it kind of tells us here to just be careful, right? It's a big warning, because this is a big deal with the world, the emperor, and the hermit. But what message from the universe do viewers and the collective need to know about this Mars project? Ooh, this thing is rolling away. That might be a sign because my pointer almost rolled away from me. So let's see. Mother Earth, Mama Gaia, we love you. Okay, so this is a card. I mean, it could mean many things depending on what's around it. But this is a card of nurturing. This is a card of mothering. This is a card of being held. This is a card of the feminine aspect in terms of that nurturing feeling that only a mother could give. And the message from the planet is, as we can see, why don't we take care and nurture the world we do have? That's what the universe is saying. The master of the universe is telling us crystal clear, once you put it all together like a story, take care of what you already have. The audacity of you to want to leap into another planetary system that we don't know how it operates. We can barely take care of the one we have now. Barely doing a good job at that, but we want to hop into a whole new another system that we don't know. Period. We just don't know it. Instead of focusing on nurturing and making the absolute best out of what we could have now. And based on what I'm seeing in the images in this card, this planet could be amazing. It could be almost like a paradise, like what we're looking at. Look at the world here. Beautiful. We're supposed to protect Mother Earth. We're supposed to protect our planet, our environment, where we live. And the master of the universe is looking at us as a collective, and especially the people behind this, the audacity to sometimes want more and more and more, but we don't take care of what we already have. Interesting. On that note, I am going to shuffle some oracles. I can't do it one hand because I'm holding the mic. I'm holding the mic with this hand. It just won't clip onto my sweater. So I'm gonna shuffle the oracles. Put the mic down, shuffle the oracle, and see. I mean, I don't even think we need an oracle message because the universe is like putting his foot down, being very stern and being very strict and being very clear about what we need to focus on. But maybe an oracle message can help. So let's do that. Do that. Um, what oracle message do you have for us, universe, to kind of tie this all together? What oracle message do you have, dear universe, to tie this all together? This is too many cards that fell. What oracle card do you have for us, dear universe, to tie these messages all together? Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I'll cut in half and pull one from the middle. I don't know if there has a message. Maybe the message was the last card and nothing more. Yep. This makes a lot of sense. So the message that ties us all together is the message we actually ended on, just being reinforced. Deep replenishment. Deep replenishment. Rest, retreat. Let me pull it closer. Retreat, rest, be held. So what this is definitely telling us is that we have to take care of ourselves, our bodies. We have to nurture our own agriculture, our foods, make sure we have sources of water that are clean, that we can eat things that are not contaminated and really live abundantly. Honestly, if we really take care of this planet Earth the way we are supposed to, we wouldn't age for such a long time. I can see that crystal clear here because it's like an older woman who still has a body of like a 20 something year old and it still functions as the body of a 20 something year old, even though you can see her face is aging a little bit. Um, that's what we need to do. Deeply replenish. That's the message. Deeply replenish not only our selves, but our environment, our planet. It definitely needs to rest, retreat, rest, and be held. That nourishing, that nurturing, that sense of being taken care of, that mothering that we were talking about. That's what we need, and that is what our planet needs. And that's what our environment needs. And that is the message from the universe. Thank you all for joining me today. I look forward to catch you all in the next reading. I think I might make it a lighter one since the last reading was about Diddy and this reading was about Mars. Maybe we'll do something celebrity along the celebrity lines. And then after that, I think I want to do another like missing person or murder mystery type thing. But I appreciate you all being here. And until next time, bye.